All right. Well, you want to get into our
One last team.
last team,
Yep.
the Badgers of Wisconsin.
The Fighting Barry Alvarez's.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually really impressed with Nebraska's recruiting class.
It's
And
awesome.
for once, I actually think that there's a possibility that, like, talking about competing for the Big Ten West for them is just disappointing. Like they're talking about winning the Big Ten.
They should be yearly what Ohio State is in the Big Ten East. Wisconsin should be the dominant team in the Big Ten West, and they've taken a step back these last couple of years. Like they're not, or 3 years really. I'm looking at their record the past 3 years: 4-3 in 2020, 10-4 in 19, and 8-5 in 18. 13-1 in 17 was the last great season.
All right, they've taken a significant jump in recruiting from last year to this year. And let me just kind of go over this real quick. Nationally, they are ranked 15th.
Okay.
Last year, they were ranked 26th.
Any quarterback in this recruiting class? Because that's what they fucking need.
Well, no, not in this recruiting class. But you got Grant Mertz, who I think is actually going to be a solid quarterback for them. He was inconsistent this past year because of COVID.
He's a freshman, right?
Yeah. And I think that they can build around him. They have 1 5-star, 4 4-stars, 15 3-stars. It's a solid class. In the Big Ten last year, they were 5. This year, they're 3rd. And their average ranking went from 87, or like 0.87, to 0.89, which in the grand scheme of things is massive.
Yeah.
That's a massive jump, those 0.2 points. And I don't think that, like, I can't say enough about how much of a jump this recruiting class is. I think this is their best recruiting class ever. I'm not sure on that, but
you know more than I would.
It's a very good recruiting class. That being said, they got to do something with it, which they are known. Wisconsin in general has been known for coaching up players and making these 3-star players act like 5-stars.
Yeah.
They've done it for years. But I agree with you. They need to have a quarterback that's electric. They need to have someone under center that is going to change things for them. Like Russell Wilson when he was there.
What I was just thinking.
That program was fire. It was fantastic. Yeah. They were fun to watch. They're really good. And it helped their recruiting. I think Wisconsin is probably in my opinion, if I was like getting recruited and just going up the schools, it would be my 3rd rated school that I would want to go to, just based off their facilities, their stadium, their crowd. I think it's Ross-Ade Stadium, or no, that's
Purdue's
stadium. Whatever the name of their stadium is, the Bounce House, or that's UCF, but jump around. They do jump around at the 3rd quarter. Is a fun stadium. I think
Camp Randall.
Camp Randall. That's
it was gonna bug me because it was on the tip of my tongue.
I don't know. They gotta win. They gotta start winning this. I don't know. I don't think Paul Chryst is really in the hot seat at all. I wouldn't say he is, but I will say that their fans are hoping for a Big Ten championship and maybe an undefeated year where they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I just don't, with their current style where they have the best running back, it seems like, in the country every year, and obviously
style doesn't work.
No,
but
that's an issue with a lot of these teams, especially in the Big Ten West, where it's just never going to realistically, like Iowa. We just finished talking about Iowa. That's never going to work in terms of a national championship or playoff.
Did you watch Wisconsin's first game of the year this past year against
Who was it
Illinois?
against? Probably not.
Granted, I know it was against Illinois. So that's taking this with a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure Grant Mertz threw for like 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
It was
just
like
familiar now because their second game was against Purdue.
And he was out with COVID protocols.
And I got happy about that because I was like, hey, and Purdue had started off 1-0 and we were
Yeah.
feeling good.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we could beat Wisconsin. And then
Yeah.
the game.
And so I mean he showed flashes of that throughout the rest of the season. Never got quite back to that, and I think that there's a reason for that. But if he's able to light up a Big Ten defense like that, I think there's a chance that that team can get behind that and have a quality offense that isn't just running backs.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where Paul Chris is trying to take the team.
I agree with that sentiment, that the fact they just need a quality quarterback to actually be able to run that system. They just haven't had the guy and they've had to rely on the Jonathan Taylors and even going back to like the Monty Balls and all these great running backs that Wisconsin have had the last 20 years. They just haven't, except for the year with Russell Wilson. But
yeah. I mean, that was an exciting year, and it's proof of concept that Wisconsin can work.
Yes.
So
until then, they're just going to be in everybody's way.
Yeah.